Somewhere right now, a company is quietly building the things that ends the way you use apps today. Not a better chatbot, not a faster search bar, something that actually acts. Open your calendar, checks your inbox, books the things, fixes the thing without you clicking a single button. Here's the part that should actually worry you a little. The AI on your phone right now has amnesia. You explain who you are, you explain what you want, it helps you, and the second you close the chat, gone, wiped. Tomorrow you are a stranger to it again. That's end. Not in 10 years, not in some vague future of AI, way people have been promising since 2015. In the next 12 to 18 months, on a timeline you can actually see coming if you know what to look for. By 2027, that forgetful intern gets promoted into something closer to a real team. One that remembers you, plans ahead without being told every step, and works alongside other AI agents behind the scenes while you do literally anything else. This is not science fiction, and I'm not here to sell you hype. I'm here to show you the actual recipients, what's stuck today, what's already changing, and exactly what is mean for you, whether you are a student, a freelancer, or someone just trying to not to just left behind. No coding, no jargon jump, just a clear, honest map. Let's get into it. First, let's kill the confusion, because AI agents have become one of those words everyone uses and almost nobody is defined. Picture a regular chatbot like a brilliant friend sitting behind the glass window. You can ask this friend absolutely anything. You'll answer with more knowledge than any human you have ever met. But here's the catch. They are stuck behind that glass. They can't reach through it. They can't open your calendar. They can't send the email. They can't check if the flight you are asking about is actually available right now. They can only talk. An agent breaks the glass. Same brilliant friend, except now they can step out, walk over your laptop, open your apps, click the buttons, fill the forms, check real information on the internet, take an action, and come back and tell you, done. Here's what I found. Here's what I changed. No advice, action. That's the entire shift in one sentence you should remember. Chatbots talks, agents do, but doing isn't magic. It's need for very specific ingredients working together, and understanding these four is generally all you need to understand every agent product that gets released from here forward. Ingredient 1. A brain. This is the AI model itself, the part that reads languages, reasons through a problem, and decide what should happen next. This is a part everyone already sort of understand. Ingredient 2. Memory. Somewhere to store what happens before, so the agent isn't starting from a blank page every single time you talk to it. Right now, this is the weakest link in almost every product on the market. Ingredient 3. Tools. The actual ability to reach outside itself, search the web, edit a spreadsheet, send a message, run a piece of code, click a button in an app. Without tools, an agent is just a chatbot wearing a costume. Ingredient 4. A plan. The ability to take one big fizzy goal, plan my week, and break it into smaller ordered steps, and then checks its own works as it goes instead of just guessing and hoping. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Almost every AI agent product you have tried so far is missing at least one of these four pieces. That gap, the missing piece, is exactly what the next 18 months is spent closing. Keep that in your head, because we are about to walk through precisely how. Before we look forward, I want to be brutally honest about where things actually stand right now, because this is what makes everything I say about 2027 land as informed prediction instead of AI hype nonsense. Problem 1. Goldfish memory. Most agents today forget everything the moment your conversation ends. Close the tab, you are a stranger again tomorrow. You re-explain your preferences, you re-explain your project, you re-explain who you even are every single time. Imagine hiring an assistant who forgets your name every morning. That's most AI tools right now. Problem 2. They fall apart on long tasks. As an agent to do something simple, one step, and it's often brilliant. Ask it to do something with 5 or 6 connected steps, and somewhere around step 3, something breaks. It forgets the original goal, it repeats a step it already did, or it just quietly hands you something half finished and acts like the job is done. This is the single biggest reason people try an AI agent once and get burned and never come back. Problem 3. They were completely different. They work completely alone. Right now, one agent handles one task. On an app, total isolation from everything else going on in your work. It doesn't know what the other tool did 5 minutes ago. There's no teamwork, just a bunch of separate solo workers who never talk to each other. Problem 4. You have to babysit every single one of them. every important action still needs a human standing over its shoulder, approving it, double checking it, cleaning up the mess. When it gets something wrong, that's not really automation, that's supervised typing. I want to be very clear about something though. None of this means today's agents are useless. People are already saving real hours every week using this. It just means there is a very specific, very predictable set of upgrades coming to fix exactly these four cracks. And that's upgrade bar isn't mystery. It's already visible if you know where to look. That's section 4. Shift 1. Memory becomes permanent, not session based. Instead of forgetting you the second that chat closes, agents start carrying a running memory who you are, your preferences, your ongoing projects, the way you like things phrased, what you asked for last week and why. Across days, across weeks, across months. Picture the difference that this actually makes. Today, you open a new chat and type out your whole situation from scratch every time. In 2027, you open the chat and it already remembers you were midway through launching a side business last time. Remembers you prefer short, direct answers. Remembers the client you mentioned 3 weeks ago. You stop repeating yourself entirely. The agents start to feel less like software and more like long-term assistant who actually been paying attention. Shift 2. Multi-agent terms, not solo agents. Right now, it's one agent trying to do everything alone, and that's exactly why it fails apart on anything complex. By 2027, you are not talking to one agent, you are directing a small team of them. One researches, one writes the first draft, one fact checks, one formats the final output so it's ready to use. They pass work between each other automatically. At the same way, the small human team divides up a project without you micromanaging every handoff. You stop being the person doing every step, you become the person setting the goal and reviewing the result, which is completely different job and a much less exhausting one. Shift 3. Agents move into the tools you already use. Right now, using an agent means leaving what you are doing, opening the separate chat window, explaining your situation, copying the answer and pasting back into the actual app you were working in. That's entire dance disappear. Agents start living directly inside your browser, your spreadsheet, your slide software, your inbox, doing the work right where you already are. You are already seeing the first signals of this 2026 agents that can act inside a browser tab, agents built directly into spreadsheet software, agents that live in your presentation tool. By 2027, this stops being a feature you turn on and becomes simply how the app works, full stop. Shift 4. Agents check their own work before acting. This is the one that finally solves the babysitting problem. Instead of a human reviewing every single step or every output, agents get a built-in double-check steps, a verification layer that reviews the plan, looks for mistakes, flags anything risky, and only then actually clicks send, submit, or confirm. This is the difference between a junior employee who needs everything reviewed and a senior who learned to catch their own mistakes before heading in the work. It's not the agent become perfect, it's that they finally develop something like professional judgment about their own output. Put all four of these together, and here's the honest, no hype picture for 2027. Agents that remembers you across months, work as coordinated teams instead of lone operators, live inside the app you already touch every day, and check their own homework before it ever reaches you. That's not a small upgrade, that's a completely different category of tool. Here's the part almost every explainer video skips entirely. What does any of this actually mean for a regular person? Not a tech company, not a Silicon Valley founder, you. If you're a freelancer, you're running a small business, you are building something on side. Agent Teams of 2027 becomes your unpaid staff. Research, first drafts, scheduling customer replies, basic admin, the repetitive stuff that eats your whole day, all of it starts getting observed by our agent team quietly working in the background. Your actual time gets freed up for the parts only a human can do. The relationship, the judgment calls, the strategy, the trust building that no agent team will ever replace. If you're building any kind of skill right now, writing, design, development, content creation, even something like healthcare or client-facing work, here's the single most important sentence in this entire video. The winning move is not competing with agents, it's learning to direct them well. Here's the single most important sentence in the entire video. I repeat, the winning move is not competing with agents, it's learning to direct them well. The people who thrive in 2027 will not be the ones who can personally do everything first by hand. They'll be ones who can hand a clear goal to an agent team, ask good questions, review the output with a sharp eye, and know exactly where the human judgment needs to step back in. That is completely learnable skill. It's basically management applied to AI instead of people. And here's the generally good news. You don't need to be wait for until 2027 to start learning it. Every time you see today's more limited agents, messy memory, solo operation, constant babysitting and all, you're practicing exactly the skill that becomes valuable when the 2027 version shows up. The people experimenting with this stuff today, frustration and all, are the ones who look completely fluent when everyone else is just getting started. Early reps counts, even with clunky tools. Let's bring the whole thing together because this is a lot of ground to cover and you deserve a clean recap. Today's agents, one task at a time, short-term memory, constant human supervision required. 2027 agents, long-term memory that actually knows you. Agent teams that divides up work automatically. Agents living directly inside the app you already use, and agents that check their own work before it reaches you. The technology is shifting from a tool you operate to a team you direct. That single reframe, from operator to director, is the most important idea in this whole video. The sooner you start practicing that mindset, even the today's clunkier tools, the more ready you will be for what's actually coming. I put together a full companion guide breaking down each of these 4 shifts with more examples and a few practical ways to start practicing this now. It's pinned in the comments below, completely free. Go grab it if you want to go even deeper than this video. That's generally the entire reason this channel exists. One honest deep dive at a time. No hype, just the actual map. So subscribe, be the part of this journey. See you in the next one.